see you.
Yes.
Can I see you? I see you is probably 3 of the most powerful words you can say to somebody. When you look at people, do you see them? How many people have felt that connection with somebody? That when they looked at them, they saw beyond everything and just connected in a way that might have surprised them? I see you as something that we so desperately want as a child. Mom, can you see me? Did you see me? Did you see me do that? Did you see me? As a child, it's one of our first desires. We want to be seen. And as we move through our teenage years, we start debating, do we want to be seen? Do I not want to be seen? As an adult, we project what other people may want us to be. We hide ourselves. And then every once in a while, somebody comes to you and says, I see you. And it's just the most powerful thing that could ever happen. Seeing somebody is something that we can learn. Being seen is something we can allow ourselves to do. To be seen and to see somebody, we don't use our eyes. To see somebody, you truly look into someone's heart. I believe that our soul is what really aches to be seen. We are a physical body, but our physical body is just not something that houses a soul. Our soul is who we are, and we are just wearing a physical body. Our soul aches to be recognized, not on the outside, but that light within is what every one of us are connected to. And when you can see into somebody's soul, when you can see their light, we connect. Once you've connected with somebody in that way, you will never forget them. I was coming back through the airport as I was writing the speech. And I started poking around this little jewelry stand. And this woman says to me, who was in charge of the stand, she says to me, "Hi, how are you doing?" And I looked at her and I said, "I'm doing wonderful. How are you?" And she looked surprised. She goes, "Well, I'm doing really great." But I saw her. I connected to her. She was running this jewelry stand and I had this diamond pendant on. And she says, "Wow, that's really pretty, ma'am." And I said, "Oh, thanks, I got it at Target." I got it years ago. I just love wearing it. So I was able to take away a facade that she may have seen in me, thinking that this was, a big 2-carat diamond around my neck. And she realized I shopped at Target, just like she did. I was willing to allow her to see me, not as a projection, but as who I am. I like to wear something pretty. Doesn't have to be real. It's pretty. When we can take a moment and allow somebody to see beyond our walls, it's such a gift. So, as I was waiting at the gate, and hearing the announcement that we're going to take the plane now and fly it and see if it lands, and then we'll load you. Not something they should necessarily tell the public, but I was clear across the room, and she and I made eye contact again. And she smiled at me and gave me a nod, like it will be okay. I'll never forget her. It was just a moment we had together. But to connect in a way that we could see each other, that we were one in the same, no matter where we lived in our life, what our economic backgrounds were, what our skin color was, nothing mattered because we saw each other. child, I didn't feel seen. See, my parents wanted me to be one thing, but the truth is, to really see somebody, we have to eliminate who it is that we want them to be. If we are projecting who we believe they should be, we can't truly see them for who they are. I learned very, very young that I was different, very different. I didn't know that I was. I thought I was the same, and I had waved my hand and wanted my parents to see me. They recognized the things I did, but they didn't necessarily see into me. At one point, I realized the only time they really saw me is when I wasn't doing things that was their projection. At one point, I decided that it was more about what they wanted to see in me than me, so I started pretending. I ended up living this illusion of who it was they wanted me to be. And that was fine, but it was sad. I was lonely because I wasn't who I wanted to be, and I wasn't who they wanted me to be either, so I was stuck somewhere in between. And when I had my children, I determined that my goal was to know my children. And you know what? Some days that really stinks. Because some days I know them more than I ever wanted to know. Some days I think, oh my God, why are you telling me this? But I know them. People tell me all the time, my children are amazing. I think they can see the security within themselves, and I believe it's because I have always seen them. And I've always accepted them for who they were. It doesn't mean that I didn't punish them as a mother. I mean, they call me Hitler in the house.
Sorry.
But it's okay. My son goes to church camp. He spent a week in Catholic church camp. He comes home just last night with the glorious story about how he escaped the camp. He and his friends paddled across the lake, the huge lake which he took me to Google Maps to show me, and I thought, oh, thank God I wasn't there. And in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, he arrives with his buddies at, yes, Hard Rock Cafe, or Hard Rock Casino. I don't know if you know this new social tool. It's called Vine. It's a 7-minute video. So now it's gone viral. Everybody knows my son and his friends escaped the church camp and made their way through the casino. See, another parent would have flipped their way. He was so glorious and so joyful that this was his moment, that he stepped out of his box, that I have to be happy for him. And yes, he's being punished. But he's being punished with, I'm glad you had a great time, bud. Wasn't it worth it? But I'm still punishing you. So we have this understanding. I see him for who he is. I see Nathan, my youngest one, who will be 16 in a day or two. So he's not that young. But I see him for who he is. Nathan is a healer. Quentin is a leader of men, his posse across the lake. But Nathan is a healer. And I recognize that in him. I recognize that people come to him and they want from him acceptance and love and all these things. He gets exhausted. So sometimes he just needs to be alone in his room. I let him be alone. I recognize in him this amazing gift he is. To be truly seen, to be seen in a way that is beyond our physical, to be accepted and loved for who we truly are, is a powerful gift. Are you letting people see you? Are you letting people see into you? Are you seeing the people who are in your life for who they are, not who you believe they are or want them to be? Next time you see somebody randomly, spend that moment and connect to them. Connecting in that way will change your life and theirs.
Wow.